Anyway, greetings ladies and gentlemen. Just give me a bit to get started here. Yeah, so we're doing this, and this is going to be it's one of those things that since the World Cup is starting tomorrow actually, I figure I might as well just stream a bunch of soccer games at that time. And the first one we're doing is Goal by Jalico. It came out for the NES. This is an okay game. It hasn't really aged the best, but there are some things that it actually does pretty well. So you can do a two-player mode. That's either a World Cup co-op, or you could face each other. So it has like some interesting things. But then there's also the one-player mode. And then you can see this game has a password. So I think I just might as well like show off the smaller stuff first. And the good thing about the competition is that kind of like teaches you the game early on, even though the game doesn't necessarily look like this. Even though I really don't remember how to do this, so don't be surprised if I miss all of them. Not just wide. Might be seeing that a few times. There, that's better. And that one I was just a little early on. Yeah, so don't really expect to do all that well on that one. So anyway, I might as well reset that one. The interesting thing about tournament mode is that you get all these US cities, and then you get a standard 8-player tournament format. And I think, like, even though these are all US cities, I think they're copies of certain World Cup teams. Except I don't really remember which one's which. So I think, oh, and also this game came out in 1986 or 88, so you're not really seeing like any MLS names. So you're not seeing like Sporting KC or Chicago Fire or LA Galaxy or who else is there? New England Revolution, New York Red Bulls. You're not really seeing any of those guys. I think I might as well just show off this mode first. So I'm just playing as Atlanta. Even though I forgot like who really copies who. The gameplay here, it's person's running is the important thing here. And then just really just staying in the passing lanes. That's really the best way to play defense in this game. Also, nothing wrong with passing backwards because the offense can't really do anything once a goalkeeper has it. Although I did find it odd that the day before the World Cup, that Spain's coach ended up resigning. Well, that's embarrassing. And actually, the game is actually a lot easier in the second half because it's just a lot easier to score when you're facing the downward part of the map compared to the upward part. I don't really know why, but I know that whenever I play this, I always do a lot better in the other one. Oh, hey Eliza Barr, good to see you. Doing alright. I heard some rough things about Spelunky from DigiDude. Well, what I'm doing now is I'm just playing Goal for the NES. Okay, there's one. But hopefully things are going well for you. Yeah, the weird part was I just had to figure out my schedule before you know, just going out and streaming. So it was also that night to make a ton of changes to this paper I've been writing. So either way, hopefully things are going well for you. So I'm just trying to get the ball from him. That was some pretty sloppy defense on my part. So do you know if either one of you two leave the like have that save broadcast option up? So I think I might want to check that out a little bit later. Okay, at least I got that one back pretty quick. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up like a 5-6 game or something. So what I'm doing, I'm just doing more of a themed type of streaming where during the or throughout the World Cup, I'm just gonna be playing a bunch of different soccer games. And then I think I might play through World Cup mode with in this game. Then I'll probably move to or just a different one. I haven't decided which one yet. Seriously, you had to run away from the ball. Or that guy with the ball. Okay, well, I think I'll watch it there then. Well, fortunately, it's not like you're a Twitch partner or anything, so you don't really have to worry about just keeping those streams Twitch exclusive. As you can see, I have made a couple changes to the layout, so hopefully that serves me pretty well. And this might be okay. Good. I don't really remember like how often I've been using that. And as for my overall thoughts on the World Cup, that should be an interesting tournament. I think the way the groups were drawn up was actually really weird. It's just that there's no like really loaded group, and then it also seems like two teams, or there should be a clear-cut number 1 and number 2 for most of the groups. Maybe we might see a few upsets here and there, but who knows. And let's see, who was my pick? I think Belgium was one of my picks to make the final. So it might be like a Germany versus Belgium or something like that. And they are one of the favorites. Although, who else could do something? Well, obviously like France and Brazil, the usual suspects. And they said England might do better, so who knows. Okay, so about a minute left in this half. Hopefully I get something there. And almost had that one. I think if I shot that a little closer, that might have been a goal. And with the other streams, probably throughout the World Cup, I'll just probably end up Just like saying certain thoughts on things, like how games went. Although I will say that was pretty embarrassing the way the US didn't qualify. But that happened last year. Although there was a pretty funny congratulation video on it. It was probably one of his better ones. So I think that team I'm supposed to be is Atlanta. I think they're supposed to be Holland or something. So we're on 12 minutes now. That shouldn't be that bad. Although also E3 happened. I don't remember if it was anything particularly exciting. They did have a teaser for the new Smash. And also the demo for Mega Man 11 came out, and I do plan on streaming that when it comes out. I just better hope I have more money to work with by then. And that one I was just a little bit too far inside. Otherwise I would have worked. Because there was one demo and that was and I think there might have been Madden 19 too. But then again, that's just a Madden game, so that's to be expected. Even though if you asked me, too many games have become pay to win. I think the one that really crossed the line was Shadow of War. Because if you're making a single player game pay to win, just how greedy can you get? Like, I understand if you want to like give yourself some kind of advantage that you get loot boxes, but really that's just throwing gas on the fire, which is unfortunately going to end pretty badly for everybody. But so long as the gamers keep rewarding it, people aren't going to care because it's just more money for them. Or that game developers aren't going to care. But either way, that's just my little soapbox for the day. I think the World Cup's supposed to be for about a month. Although the US, Canada, and Mexico are supposed to, are apparently supposed to host in 2026. Of course, who the hell knows what's going to happen by then. Although I think they also said that was the first time a three nations are hosting. Okay, well I might as well show off what happens when you get a penalty called. Is that a red card? Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying that really could have gone better. But outside of that, I don't really remember, or haven't been paying much attention to E3 anyway. So really, I'm not exactly the best source of information. when it comes to how E3 went. It's a little bit late on that one. Although maybe, or I might just be doing a bunch of soccer games all month, who knows. So I think what I'm gonna do, at least for today, is just try and win this tournament mode. Except that I forgot who's good in this game. So I think either Dallas or Miami might have been the best team. I don't really remember. Either way, I gotta play New York now. Although, what else happened? I also heard of, like certain glitches going on with Google Plus. Unfortunately, I got rid of my Google Plus account a while ago. Like how certain accounts are being set to private. Well, I guess people who had their, or all their YouTube videos set to private overnight. I think that happened to a few people. Even though I am glad I got rid of mine when I did. We're just trying to stay on task here. But then again, does anyone actually use Google Plus? Who knows? So that was just an experiment that blew up in their faces pretty well. Although, I don't think. Although on Twitch, although I forgot when TwitchCon is. Because I know Summer Games Done Quick's supposed to be done pretty soon. Although I am interested to see if anything else happens. I've been following, a few speedrunners. I know that there was one guy I saw who, or there was somebody else who broke a record for Final Fantasy Run single segment. And he did that with 2 fighters and 2 black mages. So he somehow did it with no healers. Well, I mean, unless you want to count the fighter as a healer once he gets to be a knight. And then I also watched a bunch of one other guy who tried to do like all these solo runs and then 4 of the 4 of a kind runs. Although I will actually talk a lot more about that once I get to Final Fantasy 1. Or hopefully I can get to that soon. Even though that might be a little bit after the World Cup. Although that game is actually a lot less random than it looks. Or just from learning a few things from his streams. And I think there was also that NES. It's not exactly a decathlon, but it's like a 10 games type of contest. Forgot what it was called though. Although fortunately I'm starting to figure out how to play this again. I did have this when I was a kid. Actually, my older brother was better at it. Yeah, we did have a bunch of passwords on, yeah, I think so too, but I am actually playing the GBA one. That's because I do want to show off those Chalice dungeons. Although I actually don't mind the original NES one. Like, I think most of the stuff that makes it rough is just because the game is just as archaic as it is. Yeah, that way we should be going into half of the pretty comfy lead. Well, it will be interesting to see like who makes a run while we're on the subject of the World Cup. Just because with the way the groups are set up, you never really know. There's some where there's a clear-cut favorite and others where there aren't. So should got about a minute left. That was not that bad an idea, it just didn't really work out. And then I actually heard they're going up to 48 teams for the World Cup too. Which I have no idea how to feel about that. Because for me it's always been 32. So I think that means including adding 4 more groups. Unless they want to go to 8 groups of 6, which I don't really see why they should. I think 4 is fine. Then what else has been happening? I think, yes, hockey and basketball concluded. I probably should have done a stream on one of the NHL games. And maybe some Tecmo NBA basketball. Or you know what, I might do that the night of the draft. Yeah, instead of just doing that, like streaming that and then a reaction to like who picks who. The NBA draft really doesn't have a whole lot of glamour to it. That's because for most franchises it's really not that important. Unless there's like a blue chip #1 player. And then you make the pick and then la-di-da. Although personally I would like it better if they had a better minor league system. That's because I feel like part of the reason that quality of plays dipped is just because the players just aren't getting as much time to work on their game. I don't really remember how good New York's supposed to be. But I think, what else do I have on the list besides goal? I also have that. I have Super Soccer for the Super Nintendo. Although I'm probably gonna have a pretty tough time with that game. And then Nintendo World Cup, that's one I definitely had to play. Although I might want to play the Japanese version of that too, just to see how different it is. Which is, of course, the Kunio-kun game, so that's definitely going to be a lot of fun. So I might just stick with those three. Which, unfortunately, I don't have any FIFA games, so I don't really plan on playing those anyway. So then, see, it was a while since I streamed, mostly because, just had a bunch of things going on, and then there were other times where it's like certain days where you're just too tired to stream. Even though I probably could have used that today, but you know what, just decided not to. Although I probably should just run out the clock now. Although, like the classic way of stalling. It's one of those just run out the clock type of scenarios. I do wonder if there are really any good storylines with this year's tournament. Although my roommate's in Russia now, that's because he did want to go to some of the games. Which hopefully should be an awesome trip for him. That did not go as well as I wanted it to. So then we're just staying on target here. Fortunately, we only got a minute left. Although I am wondering who we're going to face in the finals. I think it was between LA or KC. Okay, well, at least that's 2 down. And looks like it's going to be LA. Although I might, since I did just get into 20XX a while ago, and that's one I might look into streaming. Now, great, then you remember LA's actually the best team in this game. So I think they're supposed to be based off of Argentina. And they're supposed to be the best team in the game. think that was supposed to be based off of Holland. Makes me wonder who New York was supposed to be based off of. Yes, this game might actually be challenging. So I think what we gotta do is just make sure, whoops. Like I was saying, I think what we gotta do is just make sure, we don't fall behind by too much. Or just play good old dump and chase. Is that really the right word for it? I don't remember. That's unfortunate, hit the post. Although, fortunately, the diagonal passing's actually been pretty helpful. That's just one way to get better at this game. Except they knew where the, my go-to shot spot is. God damn, another one hit the post. Although I am wondering what they're gonna do with 48 teams. This guy seems like that might be a bit of oversaturation. That was a big one. Right idea, just didn't really get that one. Although I am curious what the good prop bets are too. Like the first goal scored. Okay, there's one. But unfortunately, we're only in the first half. But what else did I watch on stream? There was also that Castlevania-like game. That's like Curse of the Moon or something. The game actually does look pretty solid. Yeah, though I think after the World Cup I do have to start streaming some 20XX. Or at least figure out how. It's good I haven't really beaten the full run yet. I did come close. Like, I got to the point where I beat all 8 of the stages. Just end up dying on stage 9. I just had to figure out how to get better at that game. So I think some of the other streams people had the most fun with were like those Mega Man endless hacks. So I wonder when I can pre-order Mega Man 11. So I wasn't really that good at 9 or 10. Like I still beat them, just not really like any of those master achievements. But unfortunately, that's what happens when you don't sleep all that well. So at least we're in the second half, so hopefully I can put some distance between me and them. Yeah, you are right about that. Although it does seem like kind of unprofessional to yawn on stream. But I've also been up since 6 today too. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some distance. Just trying to get that done. Although the switching players is actually pretty difficult to get down. Okay, there's one. And really the strategy here is just try and get these diagonal passes and then just cash in from this spot in the semicircle. Although even though I played soccer in high school, kind of forgot the rules, or at least some of them. Like, I know what offsides is, I know what penalties are, and then of course corner kicks and goal kicks. So at least we're about 8.5 minutes away. Also, the clock does move kind of fast. Although, what is my next big project? Probably just a website design. Planning on using a Squarespace for it, or Squarespace. I've heard of like Wix or some of those other ones. We got 6 more minutes. Now, granted that winning the tournament really isn't a... Like, you do get a sort of an ending. But it's just not a really big one. Of course, this was 1988, so I don't really expect some grandiose ending. A little bit too far. So I'm just trying to make it past LA. Although I forgot who the best team in MLS is. I don't really follow them all that much. Don't need an own goal in this case. Hopefully could hold on to this. Okay, that's better. And so far the capture card we think is on its way. Then I also have to make sure that the this particular computer can stream it. So I think streaming and capturing are gonna be a bit of a challenge. So I don't really know how strong my graphics card is. And by the way, the slowdown is the game. But this is NES slowdown and flickering. So those things are always fun. Alright, well that's one down. So like that little plug for Jalico. This is just what it says whenever you win. So I feel like that's it for tournament mode. It was a nice little warm-up when you think about it. So I just gotta take care of something real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so that's done with. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play through or just show off a couple games in World Cup mode now. Just before we call tonight. So as you can see, you get your groups here. First, I just want to make sure I really played as Holland. I guess not. And now I'm just way too tempted to figure out who I really played as. But anyway, the way this works is that you get to go through group play, and then whoever has the most points ends up advancing. And then you do have they do it a little bit different in this game. They have a Zone E and Zone G. Where if you come out of those, then you go to the semifinals and then the finals. But as you can see, there are only 16 teams in this game. So I think out of these teams, it gives me the best chance to win. Probably either Germany or Brazil. Oh, and by the way, this was 1986, so they were still West Germany. Yeah, we'll go with Brazil. Although, fortunately, Spain's not that good in this game. So I think Argentina is actually supposed to be the best team in this game. That's because this was based off of '86. So either way, I think at the end of the day, this was a game that was a good idea at the time. I do like the overall view of this game. The sprites are small enough that you can at least figure out, or you can at least see most of the map. And then also, the gameplay itself is fine. Yeah, sorry, just had some problems with the stream for a bit. Looks like it should be fine now. And then, see, the first game actually shouldn't be too tricky. It's just once you get like past the semifinals and finals is when the game really gets tough. Mostly just because of like artificial things like the players getting faster. I think that's really all it is. Of course, this is a soccer game, so shouldn't be that surprised. I think that goalkeepers might be getting faster too. But these first two games shouldn't be too hard to deal with. Also, that in Spain's not that good. We actually had, I know when me and my brother played this, we actually did really well with Algeria. Although they're actually good in this game. I thought I probably should, because I still have that, like way back when we had a notebook where we wrote down a bunch of passwords. So I think I still have that one for goal. So I think I might have to check that out, probably in the next stream. Now, meant to turn. That just didn't really work out for me. Although that particular notebook was a little different just because it was more like a smaller one. It's not like your usual like 5-star notebook or anything like that. Oh, I don't really need this now, OBS. And I do like that, I don't really know if that, having that viewer count's really a good thing with, the way my channel is. But it's just, something I can experiment with. So I did also add, like, an event, or, like, an event timeline. But I think most of these things are just meant for bigger streamers. Although I do want to add something on Restream for like the YouTube side of it. Like new subs or whatever that is. Don't really know how to do that though. Yeah, that one was close. Though I am okay with going in the half with this lead. Just gotta keep, because there have been plenty of times in soccer games where there's one team that has the ball the whole game and they still end up losing. Just because counter-attacking is pretty easy. Or not really easy, but if done properly, it can, really put the other team at a disadvantage. There have been other teams who have turtled and won. Because usually in the championship games, the teams turtle and then take their chances in extra time. And that one was hit hard. I just think the didn't have the right angle on that one. Or that one. So let's see, almost going into the half, so I think I should have a decent lead here. And also, after every game, they do have the password win or lose. You know, unless you lose in the, like, finals or something. Although it's nice to tack one on before the half. Although Spain actually is supposed to be good in this current World Cup, they did win the whole thing in 2010. But I think who would other sleepers include? Probably Poland. And then Iceland put up a pretty scrappy run in Euro a couple years ago. So then, who else? Although I do wonder if there's actually, no, I don't think there's an MVP in the World Cup. Was thinking about, trying to see how that went. So I think as long as Neymar doesn't get kneed in the spine again, I think Brazil should be alright. And then, fortunately, on the, or when you're facing downward, you can just get a bunch of goals later on. And also, goal differential does count, so I am running up the score here. Or that is, kind of serves as a tiebreaker. But unfortunately, that's what happens when they make that part of the rules. And it's one of those don't hate the player, hate the game type of case. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Either way, I think, just trying to come up with some, what could be interesting. I don't know, kind of out of thoughts here when it comes to, soccer and whatnot. That one didn't really... No, I just ran away from the ball at the last second. Yeah, I was trying to aim the ball the other way, and then that resulted in me running away from it. Fortunately, we should be able to put some, or we have put some distance between us. But I don't really think the rest of the group is that hard. I mean, Algeria should present a challenge, but I don't think they're gonna be that tricky. Well, that was unusually kind of sloppy just because I actually gave up a shot. Don't know if I might be able to stream Friday, even though I do gotta work early on Saturday. And then, so fortunately, did end up putting plenty of distance between us, so I think 12 should be enough. Or 11. I don't know, I don't really plan on getting blown out by the other teams in the group. Although I do like the way like the teams are announced in the matchups. Or just the way the sound effects are. And for a 1988 NES game, this one's actually pretty decent. I know that with Gold 2 they had a bunch of problems with the isometric view. And then also like it being too big for the map. I see it more like an ice hockey where the small sprites are actually a good thing. Don't really appreciate you running past the ball. And you know what, let's have one more for the road. We got... Although they do simulate the other games, just once you get done with this one. So there's actually no real way of knowing who else came out of the group. Or not who else came out of this specific group, but who else came out of other groups until we get to the next round. So it's always an interesting mystery to see who gets out of it. But it is more fun that way if you ask me. Got about another minute here, so there, and just trying to end it here. Yeah, so fortunately they shouldn't be able to cover that much ground. Yeah, just let this one run. So one down. Russia ended up winning 7-0. Well, good thing I ran up the score then. Yeah, well, that's just what I chose. So then you get your passwords, pretty basic. So let's see, what time is it? 11:14. So I think I covered about 4 today. Yeah, that's probably the first and only time you'll hear that here on this channel. Well, then again, it might if I end up blowing a big lead. Just big enough that it doesn't affect the or that I still end up winning, but still it gets too close. So either way, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it today. So thank you guys for watching, commenting, and hopefully, yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is just probably play some more goalie either tomorrow or Friday. See, think I want to have this game beaten by Saturday, just so I can get to the other stuff. But either way, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.